Hi, welcome back to another Pick a Card Lovers reading. As always, here are the cards. In the description box below will be the timestamp so you can go straight to your reading along with the cards that I'm using. So, no delay, I'll jump straight in and I will speak to you shortly. Hi, and welcome to your reading. If you chose group number 1, I'll jump straight in with the masculine's headspace, and then there'll be some oracle cards at the end. There's a lot of cards that came out here. Like, let's just... that's my table right now, so plunk you back down and let's get into it. I'll cruise through, okay? I won't dwell too long in each area because it just speaks so much anyway. So headspace, we've got the Page of Pentacles, 8 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. The masculine is really stuck in his head at this time about movement forward, what direction to go, if this relationship can stand the test it's currently facing. And there's something here about not feeling received, or like there's just this disbelief in the connection from the masculine. There's some paranoia, being really stuck on this connection, not knowing what to do, not like I feel old fears coming up, old cycles coming up, repeating here, and it's like there's this offer here, but it's not being seen. In the heart space, we have 9 of Swords and Justice, Chariot, and then 7 of Pentacles. So really feeling a lot of anxiety and fear at this time. The masculine is struggling a lot with a truth that has perhaps been told or revealed, or something that he feels is unjust. And I feel like it may be paranoia, or it may be justified. Everyone's situation may be a little different, but there is something here about honesty and truth that has the masculine really deeply concerned. And we have the Chariot and the 7 of Pentacles, so he's like really looking at where to invest his energy, and like I feel panicky in my energy, like I just don't know what to do, like really frantic is what I'm picking up on here. I'll put those ones down. I feel also that he's in his heart space, he feels that the feminine, or both perhaps, there's some sort of disappointment here about something that it didn't turn out how someone had hoped. There's this investment and non-return, perhaps lack of return on investment, a feeling of that. He's viewing the feminine. 2 of Swords, 5, there's a bunch more, I'll keep going. 2 of Swords, 5 of Cups, and the High Priestess, first of all. And that's really indecisive and struggling with falling into the fear of this connection, and just really uncertain about how to move forward, falling into dismay and upset, like really being triggered by it, but also trying at the same time to hold the feminine. He sees the feminine trying to hold her composure, and because she has this sacred knowledge, and she's normally so balanced and has great boundaries and is knows how to navigate this sort of stuff, but I just feel like this is too heavy, too much, it just feels dense and detailed to the point where it's like you can't even manage it anymore, you can't hold it anymore, it's just I don't know, and just dropped on and just looking at it, and it's sad, and it's okay. We also have in the way the masculine's viewing the feminine, the 9 of Wands, the Emperor, 7 of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. So I think the masculine really feels like the feminine is being guided to this connection and keeping her options open with other masculines, perhaps, because we've got the 7 of Cups, Knight of Cups, and this guardedness against the masculine. Or he perhaps is really worried that the feminine is seeing somebody else, or is looking around at other people, and there's just a lot of anxiety and fear going on there. And the way the masculine, the design moving forward for the masculine, we have the Queen of Cups and Temperance. So first of all, I'll go through that. So desire, wanting to connect on an emotional level, wanting to find more balance, peace, and surrender in the connection, wanting to find a way out of this mess. like it's gone too far or something, but at the same time we've got this moon and Page of Swords energy, and it's very distrusting, and the masculine wants to uncover some sort of secret by going through the feminine's details, or stalking her, or watching her in some way, watching over her to uncover what's hidden in the moon card. Or there's just this energy of, like, the masculine doesn't know what to do, to trust and fall into this connection and allow its gentle nature to wash over him and just go with the flow here and allow it to be, or to be on edge and project these fears onto the connection and be just super on guard, and just, yeah, it's, the masculine doesn't know what to do here. In the desire moving forward, we've got more of that conflicting energy at this time. Like, this Mars retrograde is doing a number. We have got 10 of Pentacles. What is that? The Hanged One, and the Four of Cups. So again, more look at, like, you know, do I this is a happy ever after commitment. This is something I want to show up to and build this empire with this person, but it's hanging in suspense, and there's this rejected offer, or perhaps this cup of love that isn't being seen for what it is. There's too much fog at this time. There's too much, like, there's just, the dust needs to settle in this connection at this time. This is too, like, explosive or something. Masculine's energy feels quite full, and so there are, like, a lot of cards there. So looking at the masculine's oracle cards, we have challenging times, speaks for itself. Open up, and so I feel that this is definitely to do with obviously opening up about how the masculine is feeling, and it's sort of reflected in this card as well. This is look inside yourself and examine what's causing you to feel this way. And so this open up doesn't necessarily have to be to the feminine. It could just be to self, and being honest to self about what's being triggered here and why. And we also have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites and the extremes of life. So I do feel that this connection has been through this before, and may go through this again. Yeah, but it definitely indicates the masculine really feeling the challenge at this time. So we'll jump over to the feminine's cards now. In the headspace, we have a lot of cards again, as you saw at the first shot there. The Queen of Swords. What was it? Yes, the Five of Wands. So the feminine is really thinking about what her truth is in regards to this situation, and she's over the bickering and the fights. She wants to draw a line there, a real boundary, and cut that out. She's just here holding her own sort of truth, just watching this chaos unfold, like, no, this is not right. Just, yeah, she may also be sort of gathering her thoughts and how to, and what to, processing a bit of this, and processing, like, really looking at it for what it is, processing what she needs to say to assert that boundary. And then we have the Eight of Wands and the Six of Wands. So really finding that truth and then delivering it and being successful, being heard and being seen. I feel a little bit of sacred anger in here. There's a message to be delivered, and the feminine feels this push forward, and she feels that this conflict is not honoring her, and she has so much to be grateful for in her life and so much success in front of her, if only she just harnesses it and moves forward into it and doesn't focus on this anymore. I feel a lot of sacred anger here, like, ooh. So yeah, the masculine's all over the shop, the feminine is... We have, in the heart space for the feminine, Seven of Swords, Queen of Wands, Page of Wands. So if you even look at the imagery here, the Seven of Swords sort of looking back over, sneaking off with the Five of Swords, leaving the two behind. And the feminine here, as the Queen of Wands, in her power, looking over, and in the way this is sneaking off to the past. It's all this. The feminine's looking to the future. The Page of Wands is looking to the future in the way it lays on the table. And this is more talk of delivering a message with the Page of Wands about personal power, personal boundaries with the Queen of Swords. a movement forward, like wanting to honor self. The feminine sort of really gathering up a bit of power here, to make a decision. The Seven of Swords, she's very well aware of the dishonesty and the cycles that are going on here. And it really feels like a battle that no one's going to win. No one wins this battle. What's the point of it, really? Is how the feminine may be feeling. So, in the way the feminine's viewing the masculine, Death, Hermit, and Three of Swords. So the masculine may be quiet at this time, taking a bit of time, step back, and reflecting on what needs to change. Perhaps being left out in the cold a little bit here too with that Death and Hermit card. There's definitely no harmonious energy at this time. The masculine is also, the feminine views the masculine as sort of waiting for some sort of results here too. Like he's waiting for something to come of this connection that, I don't know if it may not come, or it's like it's that feeling of expectation that can't be met. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Swords, so that's endings as well. But I just wanted one more on the Empress. So the masculine is waiting for the feminine. Oh, I don't know why I shuffled. Can't see the bottom now. It's all right. The Empress. The masculine is waiting for the Empress to come forward and deliver this, whatever it is he expected from the connection or from her. It's like there's this waiting on the Empress to come forward. It's like the ball's in her court now, perhaps. That might be the case. And the masculine's sort of doing a bit of soul searching. As much as he is struggling, he's truly trying to figure this all out. There's a lot of analysing going on with that Hermit card. In the desire for the connection, the feminine has the Ten of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Five of Swords. It's that battle that no one's going to win. It's a heavy burden, but in the middle it's the Two of Cups. It's a soulmate connection. There's so much love and potential there. And that's why it keeps going around in this cycle. But the feminine's desire here is to put down this heavy burden. And if that means losing the connection and walking away from it, so be it. The right one will come along. The feminine's sort of stepping back into power, remembering what it takes to be victorious and feeling this urge to move forward and reclaim her free-spirited nature, because this is sucking the life out of her. In the most likely action, we have the King of Swords, the Magician, and the Two of Pentacles. More speak and deliverance of this harsh truth, I feel. Maybe a harsh truth, I'm feeling it. It may just be collected and honest. It doesn't have to be mean, of course, and it's always best to stay somewhat soft and all that, whatever. Do what you want. I don't know, I embrace the shadow and the light, but it's always good to try and keep a balance before we, to respond instead of react, that sort of stuff. But anyway, we've got the most likely action forward, Magician. There's all talk of power returning to the feminine here. A decision to be made, really juggling and thinking of the different outcomes and the consequences of any decisions made at this time. But this is, the feminine does look like she's going to draw a line here. In the Oracle cards for the feminine, we have well-deserved reward and strengthening bonds. Now, this strengthening bonds could very well be within this connection if it comes through this cycle and continues. It's hard to say, everyone will be a little different, but this could also be strengthening connection, strengthening the bond to your own intuition and to yourself, and honouring yourself. And in making a decision to honour yourself, you receive a well-deserved reward. And I feel also that the well-deserved reward card with that 9 there, I just noticed, is the ending of a cycle, and it's you've built yourself up to this point. Don't be down here. There's no need for it. You stand where you truly deserve to be standing, up on top of this powerful building structure, and all this yellow surrounding is its solar plexus, that core power energy. So we also have lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before, so definitely repeating of cycles here within this connection. And forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events. Life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream and imagine. So more forgiveness, more talk about accepting this for what it is, this whole situation. There's been a lot of talk here about the feminine's truly starting to see this connection for what it is, and forgiving that, allowing it to be a lesson learned. In the outcome cards, we have the two major arcanas, the World and Lovers, followed by the Eight of Cups. So a closing of a cycle, the true completion of something here, and in alignment with what's right for the highest self with the Lovers card. A decision made that's in best alignment with your path. And I feel a little bit nauseous now. Like this is really hard to do. But because this connection with the World and the Lovers card, it shows that this connection has been so paramount and pivotal in your evolution. It's been just, you've grown and learned so much from this connection about your shadow side, about your light, about yourself. But it's like it's come to this point where it's just, it's finished. All it's learned has, perhaps all that has learned and needed to be learned has been learned here, and it's time to walk away from what doesn't serve. And if that just means that because there's toxic behavior at present, and walking away from it is going to allow that to be worked on separately and perhaps coming together later, who knows? There are a lot of eights here. This could be a cycle you repeat again. Everyone's going to be a little different. We've got every 8 on the table, I think. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. It's a tricky week. We've got Mars retrograde and new moon energy, and we change over to Libra now from Virgo. There's just a lot going on. Alright, I'm going to leave it there, and I hope that gave some sort of clarity or comfort or guidance in this tough week that appears to be in front here. Sending a lot of love, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye. Hey, welcome to your reading if you chose group number 2. And I'll jump straight on in. Reading the masculine first, then some oracle cards, outcome cards, and away we go. So, really feeling the Mars retrograde, and Mars is actually in this oracle card here, Mars energy. It's making itself known in this week's readings. We have the Son of Swords and the Seven of Swords from the Wild Unknown, this one. And the masculine is on high alert at this time in regards to this connection, feeling a little bit fearful if it can rise above the current conflict, feeling a little defensive of his own actions at this time, feeling defensive of the connection, really wanting to rise up and make this work, and trying to figure out how, trying to communicate to the feminine perhaps, in one way or another, the fears and the, but not just the fears, the love too. Like, it's very, there's a lot of dualistic energy here of love and fear that the masculine may be grappling with. In the heart space, we've got more reflection of that with the moon and the lovers. So there's more to be revealed here with the moon card, things that are perhaps hidden, and subconscious fears coming to surface. We've also got the lovers card. It's a beautiful soul connection and feeling aligned and feeling like on path and supported and in the flow. So it's really, really conflicting that this connection is the best of both worlds for the masculine here at this time. He feels so intuitively connected to the feminine. There's so much 5D communication and connection, synchronicities and all of that happens all the time. It's such a serendipitous connection, but it's also so triggering at this time. Viewing the feminine as the Mother of Wands and the Two of Wands, so in her power, and perhaps at a crossroads here, and making a decision to protect herself. I feel, looking at her wrapped around her eggs like this and wrapped around that single wand, that Ace of Wands. It's like the feminine really wants to protect her vital energy, and perhaps a new beginning for her. She wants to protect herself from this situation and take a different path here, take a different wand. Just waiting, I feel, with the 1, 2, 3. I do feel the feminine sort of waiting as well to make that decision, like sort of just at this time closing in and in self-protection mode, maybe not decision-making mode yet, but obviously in protection mode. She's consulting. The masculine's desire for the connection at this time, the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. So wanting to work together and cooperate to bring about, you know, a more amicable connection, reunion, friendship and joy, like really wanting to connect here in love. I feel wanting to get out in nature as well, wanting to go and watch the sunset together somewhere in nature and just be together. Yeah, there's a real deep desire to just can we make this work. And more conflict here in the most likely action forward. At this time we've got the High Priestess and the Devil either side of this Ten of Wands here, and such a heavy burden, and the masculine is plagued at this time by this connection and what to do, and there's the intuition pointing one way and what's healthy and what's right and true, and then there's this codependent energy dragging down and these cycles repeating, and it's narcissistic behavior, it's controlling behavior, it's not healthy at all, and the masculine is really struggling with what healthy love looks like and how to apply that to this situation. His own triggers are so just triggered and reactive at this time that it's really hard to see clearly. The oracle cards for the masculine, we have the Hathors, death, deep love, mother's milk, and birth as a portal. And I do see that as like a death card. It is very transformative, and it's moving through one way of being and into another, or one scenario and into another. So there is a herald of change. We've got change of focus. The masculine is perhaps dwelling on this situation a little bit too much, really watching the feminine and what she's doing and analysing everything so much that it's sort of really drowning him with this Ten of Wands energy. So change your focus, masculine. And we have criticising one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So a further message there about acceptance of the situation of what is, and even in such a tension of opposites, to be able to hold that is quite the skill set sometimes. For popping over to the feminine now, we've got two major arcanas in the headspace, the Hermit and the Star. So going within and analysing the situation and really having some conversations with self and with spirit guides about what is right and true, looking for that inner light to guide self forward, knowing a decision needs to be made, and knowing that thoughts and feelings create our reality, and knowing that this is not creating a nice reality, and just really looking at alignment here, the feminine is. And yeah, not making decisions at this time. I do feel self-protection mode, but analysing and trying to work it out at the same time. In the heart space, we have the Five of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So, you know, it's this really deep sadness that this amazing connection, and it is amazing. It is an amazing deep connection, soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call it. It is something that really teaches you about yourself and about your love and about your shadow. It has opened you up on this journey, but at the same time, it also hasn't met your expectation. Perhaps there was an expectation that hasn't been met here. There's a deep sadness that this wish fulfillment didn't come to be, or it wasn't what you thought it would be. And so the feminine is really sitting with that sadness, and also I feel feeling this sadness and sort of really analysing what is right for me. Where do I need to draw boundaries, and what do I need to do to make sure I don't put myself in this position again, but I'd rather do attract what it is I wish for. In the way the feminine's viewing the masculine, we've got the Two of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. Indecision about long-term commitments. Fear about long-term commitments. Deep struggle at this time. The feminine does see the masculine as a potential here. There's still potential with this Ten of Pentacles. It's it really is that happy ever after long-term commitment that you've worked together to build, but it's just not. There's so much uncertainty here from the masculine about how to do this, and there's a lot of fears that are overriding the mindscape, and it's causing a lot of triggering at this time. The feminine's most likely action moving forward at this time is the Hanged Man and Four of Cups. So withdrawal and analysing, sort of if there's any offers from the masculine at this time, they probably won't be accepted. The feminine needs space to just sort of work out what she's going to do, and feeling like, It's a hard week. I almost wasn't going to do the readings this week. I'm feeling it myself. I'm like, oh. So I went for a run and cleared that energy. So, you know, that might be a message for the feminine here. Go for a run. Go get the energy moving through your body. Don't sit in this. It's happening, yeah, but don't sit in it too long. Get up and go for a walk or something. It'll come and eat you up later probably, but then take a shower and go for another walk or something. Just keep, you know, don't sit there too long in the day. If you're going to sit there for an hour, sit there for an hour, but then get up. Shift your focus for a bit just to keep yourself balanced. Because you don't have to figure it out right now, all of it anyway. Like, you don't need to sit with it for that long and figure it all out in this moment. And that's an affirmation I like to use when I feel a little bit like things are out of my control. Is I don't need to know the answers right now. I don't need to know the answers. I don't need to know. It's okay. I'm here. I don't need to know. And that helps me have a break from my mind for a second. Virgo Mercury here, analysing. So, movement, yeah, most likely action forward from the feminine. We've got 2 3s here as well. All the 3s are here. So much, I feel that there's a desire for harmony. There has always been. These 2 people came into this connection really wanting to love each other, but wounds got in the way. So we've got the 3 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. Really feeling the heartbreak at this time. Most likely action moving forward is sitting in it. Sitting in it and waiting for some sort of outcome, some sort of expansion, results, to see what happens next, really. It feels quite out of your control. And as I was saying before, don't sit there too long, okay? We've also got the Sun and the 2 of Pentacles. So waiting on some sort of revelation, perhaps, with the Sun. Waiting for some, like the Spirit to guide you to make this decision that you've been sitting with. Do I stay or go? Is this going to work or not? Have I got what it takes? Is he, like... Oof. So I do feel that you're sort of just sitting and waiting for the light to be shed on this situation a little further. Go for a run. Get in the sun. The Feminine's Oracle cards, we have moving on from this situation, and what I feel like that's what you're in the process of, is deciding that, moving on. And that doesn't mean everybody will, by the way. No, like, trigger warning, everyone's different, everyone's got a different situation. Some people will repeat the same cycles for lifetimes, some people will up and out, and some people will work together and heal this. So yeah, it's about really that self-reflection and figuring out which one you are, making those decisions. But anyway, you know that. So we also have reflection. Give each other some space at the moment, and trust and have faith that all will work out for the best, regardless if it comes to be a union or not. Just trust that everything will work out for the best. You don't need the answers right now. Just give it space, give it time, give yourself space from it by not sitting in it too long. I don't know who I'm repeating that for, but somebody out there is sitting in it too long, and that's okay. We all do it. Like, who doesn't go through that like a couple of times a year, right? The Great Serving, Mars energy, anger, conflict, and softening to love. And I do feel it's just talking about that Mars retrograde influence. And I read something the other day, I can't find it, but it talked about the influence of Mars and the toxic behavior that comes out in people, and it being so impossible to hide in this time. So if you're seeing those behavior patterns in people or in yourself, be well aware that that's the truth. It's just something that needs to be worked on. I mean, fear is never truth, but what you're seeing is there's not a time to be to fantasize and to wear rose-colored glasses. That's for sure. Up until November. Oh, yeah. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope that gave some sort of clarity or comfort or guidance. It's a really tough time at the moment, so sending a lot of love, and I'll see you next week, hopefully. Bye. Hey, welcome to your reading if you chose group number 3. And this is a little bit later, so sorry about the poor lighting. I'm doing my best. It's nighttime now, so I will start with the masculine's headspace for this reading. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, and just reflecting on the other cards, and also last week and maybe the week before as well, the Mars retrograde energy. There's been harder times, but we're now moving through that. And it's some fresh beginning sort of stuff, like maybe a renewal of the connection in the masculine's mind space, in the way that you come together, or the way that you join forces, or the way that you interact, or something in the physical is shifted, I feel, and for the masculine anyway, in the mind space, and he feels a renewed sense of prosperity within the connection, and feels a lot more hope. It feels like the connection's becoming more tangible, or something grounded, after perhaps being a little up in the air. In the heart space for the masculine, we have the 9 of Wands, the 7 of Cups, and sorry, it's a bit of a glare, it's terrible lighting. I'm going to avoid doing nighttime ones. I do avoid doing nighttime. 6 of Swords, right. 9 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 6 of Swords. So a little bit guarded in the heart space, a little bit like feeling like there's a real need to move forward with the connection. The connection is moving forward out of maybe a turbulent time or a bumpy period. And it's moving into more smooth waters, and it's like the masculine kind of feels like he has to move forward without really knowing how to or what to, or there's just this sense of confusion, but this need to just move forward past whatever's happened, and there's just processing, I feel, mostly for the masculine. Excited, but processing in the heart space, just a little tender, maybe. He's viewing the feminine as the Lovers and the Queen of Wands, very magnetic, very passionate, very sexy, attractive, beautiful energy here. Quite powerful combination of cards here. The masculine viewing the feminine is very, just totally magnetic. There's a lot of attraction here at this time, a lot of romantic energy coming in throughout the week here. And we're moving into Libra, right? It's equinox right tonight, so we're officially in Libra season. The masculine is, his desire moving forward at this time is for the feminine to open up a little bit more, to communicate more. Actually, both want more communication. But for the masculine, he's wanting, the feminine to speak more from her heart space about what she wants, and her ideas for the direction of this connection, and to just feel open to not have to hold things back, and speak truly from her heart. And he's looking forward to softer times, some more embraces after perhaps some turbulence, as I said. Really wanting to enjoy the softness and have a lot of more heart-to-hearts. Yes, the most likely action for the masculine, we've got some big cards here with the Death and the Judgment card, and then the Knight of Pentacles as well. So slowly moving forward, reliable, methodical, but this is huge. With the Death and the Judgment card, I just see really large epiphanies, awakening, realizations, and that bringing about huge change. Or perhaps the change has then brought about the realizations. But either way, this is a powerful combination to show that the masculine is going to be stepping up a little more, perhaps. Or it may be slow going with this, it's a slow process, but the masculine is making some true foundational changes in regards to how he, perhaps it's a perception or a belief system he's had, something that's held him back. And I feel that this change will help him move forward and help the connection balance out a lot more. So in the Oracle cards for the masculine, we have Earth School, Life Lessons, Soul Growth, there you go, Study and Higher Learning. Exactly that. Exactly what the masculine's going through. I'll say it again. Life Lessons, Soul Growth, Study and Higher Learning. Earth School. Totally. Shine is the other one. Shine. And Romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. So yes, there is definitely some romantic energy coming in this week from the masculine's side. For sure. He is open and ready to step up, and that's really beautiful combination there. So, over to the feminine side. And we have the Queen of Swords, Empress, and the Five of Swords. So, yeah, the feminine's a little guarded. Perhaps with what's happened, maybe finding it a little harder to bounce back, but it is here. We got the beautiful Empress here. We also have the, I should let you know, we have the King and Queen of Cups, the Emperor and the Empress, and the Lovers. So yeah, this is definitely some higher level connections we could be talking about here. So yeah, with this Queen of Swords, really reflecting on what this connection needs moving forward, how to nurture this connection or how to bring this into a more nurturing place, what boundaries need to be asserted to enable to protect the Empress here. The Queen of Swords sometimes needs to, and I do feel with her watching her back sort of thing, like you get your own back here, and you have to have your own back in this situation, in whatever has come up. And with the Five of Swords here, there is a bit of apathy I feel coming from the feminine in regards to moving forward. I do feel definitely movement forward, but it's just still in this gritty, not know about gritty, but just this state of processing still. Just a lot of thoughts, a lot of communicating needing to be had yet. It's not out of the woods yet. I mean, it is. It's just still smoothing over or something like that. It's just still smoothing over, maybe. We've got in the heart space the Wheel and the Four of Cups. And I feel that, yeah, the feminine is a little bit weary of some cycles repeating. And that's what she wants to protect herself from. And she doesn't want to just bounce back into this again and go around the loop again. It's like, the change needs to happen this time. And I just want to say maybe to the feminine to just trust and give it a go and relax, because we did have that death and judgment in the masculine's action moving forward. That's his steps that he will take. Not the desire, but the actual steps. The desire's there too, to be more open and be more connected. But yeah, the feminine's perhaps a little bit wary, a little bit uncertain, a little bit maybe doubting, but still open. I do feel still open. The way the feminine's viewing the masculine, King of Cups and Page of Cups. So there could have been some emotional outbursts or a little bit of emotional immaturity or something like that. But the masculine's also very expressive in how he loves and how he feels, and sometimes that may be irrational or over the top. Just maybe not for everybody, this message, but there does feel to be at times the masculine's been a little bit erratic about something, and but he also loves very deeply and passionately, and he has this very soft, gentle side and a lot of compassion and understanding, and he can really be there and support and hold the feminine in ways that she's never been held before. I feel a lot of friendship, joy, and laughter as well between, like, there's so much laughter. I feel like that's a really big thing here. Yeah, I love that though. How you're both viewing each other, right? We've got the Lovers and the, look at that, beautiful reds and blues as well. Like you see each other. You do. In nice light. There's so much love there. In the desire moving forward for the feminine, we have the Eight of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, wanting to communicate as well, wanting the masculine to communicate as well. I'm wanting to see more, growth in the connection. Wanting to see, more growth. Wanting to see, like, I guess it's in, I've just lost some cards. In relation to not wanting to repeat cycles. What card did I lose? Oh. I lost the Emperor. That's not good. So, yeah, not wanting to repeat cycles and wanting to see growth in the connection, wanting to move through whatever issues have come up and move forward actually get some movement forward and not repeat these cycles, but nurture the connection and look after each other and invest energy wisely, and not feed it poison, but truly just, yeah. I'm hearing check yourself. Somebody wants somebody to check themselves. Check what you're feeding our plant. Okay. So the most likely action at this time, what order did that go in? Because I bumped it. And sometimes the order can show with the image. I think it was the Sun first. Sun, Emperor, and the Ace of Wands. We've got a lot of fire energy here. We could be dealing with Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. We've also got a lot of earth and water too, though. So Cancer's here. Scorpio's here. Taurus is here. Libra's here. Gemini's here. But that doesn't have to. Aries again. Leo again. Okay, so that doesn't really matter, though. It doesn't have to be. So, yeah, the feminine's likely action at this time. The Sun, allowing the light to be shed on the situation, I feel. Allowing the joy to come back in. Choosing the masculine. Choosing to try again, if that applies for some, if it was at that point. We, as I said, have got that beautiful Emperor and Empress in the reading as well. Oh, a light issue. Oh well, I'm just going to give up at this point. It's been one of those days. Wow, okay. Boom. Alright. Ah, damn. So, I hope you can see. You can hear me anyway. So, yeah, we've got a lot of renewed vitality within the connection, renewed passion. There was that romantic energy over in the masculine side, so we can definitely see that connection happening here from the feminine too. In the Oracle cards, we have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding a vision. And this is the vision for your connection. It is happening, the healing and all the work that you've done on this connection and on yourself to bring this into a healthy place. Do keep trusting that this is going to go there, especially again with that Death card and Judgment in the masculine action space. It really does show that keep holding that vision. It is happening. Manifest. More talk of exactly that, the hard work that you've done on this connection and on yourself to manifest a healthier, deeper connection. And we have close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So if you are being caught up in perhaps a little bit of apathy or, and doubt and such, just trust that there is joy there just waiting around the corner. I do see things lightening up anyway. And it has been a rough couple of weeks for a lot of these readings. Now in the outcome we have Moon, Magician, Three of Pentacles. So with the Moon and Magician, I definitely feel some, like we've seen throughout this reading here, some deeper connecting, perhaps a little bit of supporting each other, especially with the Three of Pentacles as well, connecting and supporting each other through some of those darker, deeper feelings and fears that may be surfacing or have surfaced at this time, and really working together to put those fears to rest, and whatever it is that's come up, using the skills that we have to work together to come through this and not leave anybody behind. It really is very supportive energy, and what you achieved there further in the outcome was Ten of Cups, Ace of Cups. Beautiful, happy ever after sort of energy with the Ten of Cups, and Ace of Cups is that unconditional overflowing cup of love. So it definitely is moving into a much more harmonious energy this week for this connection. And also, an extra card came out in the middle, was Love Abounds. So I'll take that as well. I just took that as a joint card, Love Abounds, for this group this week. So after the last couple of weeks, that must be some refreshing news, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to call it a day. Have a wonderful night or day or whenever this reaches you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.